Hey there, Jeff Ford here today, and we're here to celebrate WellCoach's 10th anniversary. I'd like to discuss three things today. Number one, I want to tell you a little bit more about my background and how WellCoach's training has impacted me professionally since becoming a wellness coach. Number two, I'd like to share with you a little bit about Hilton Head Health and our program and how it has impacted our employees here and us adding a new dimension to our guest experience. At the end, I'd really love to share with you one of our client success stories, one of many, to be quite honest. And I think that's the coolest part of becoming a well coach, is that we've been able to impact so many lives through what we've learned. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about a guy named Lyle Orr today. With that said, to give you a little further background about myself, I've been here at Hilton Head Health for about 2.5 years. I am the current Atria at Home manager, and I oversee 5 wellness coaches who work specifically with our 65 active clients in our coaching program. We've had about 250 clients total in just under 2 years since starting the program, and we have about 7 staff members who are certified through WellCoaches. So how has WellCoaches impacted our company and our employees here? Well, number one, it's added an entire new dimension and support structure to our program that we never had before. We have guests who stay with us for a week, 4 weeks, sometimes even a couple months at a time, but they never really had a resource once they left our controlled environment. So that's where coaching has come into play and allowed our guests to make more behavior changes in their home environments, which we all know is most important. It also has helped our staff been able to communicate with guests better. I think in coaching you learn a lot about empathy and the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes. And 3, really, in our day-to-day program, we've added new topics to our program and kind of taken a different approach just on speaking with guests and helping them set goals and giving them different perspectives that we've learned through the WellCoaches training. So how has our WellCoaches training impacted the life of Mr. Lyle Orr? So Lyle Orr, one of our early coaching clients, he came here in April of 2011. This guy came in at pretty significant weight and had to make some changes quick. Through coaching, you learn a lot about nonviolent communication, motivational interviewing, and goal setting specifically, and how to structure a coaching session. Without that structure, I don't think we would have been very, very much set up for success in creating a support program. So I'm very grateful for all the training that I've received through WellCoaches. But anyways, with Lyle, it was keying in on his motivations and then also applying the strengths that he used in his line of work to his healthy lifestyle. We had to figure out how he was going to keep the excitement and sustain the behavior change, and that's what being a coach's goal is. When you're a coach, your goal isn't for your client to lose 50 pounds. Your goal is for your client to lose 20 pounds and keep that 20 pounds off. Sustainability being the biggest thing. So as I deviate a little bit, Lyle Orr came in having to make some changes, but he had 2 top motivators. Number one, he did not want to be a dad that was going to be on the sidelines. He just didn't want to be someone who couldn't play tennis with his kids, bike ride, or be involved in their activities. And then number 2, this is a guy who travels a lot. He did not want to have to get on an airplane anymore and have to wear a seatbelt extender. Those are 2 key things that, when we started his initial coaching, just really struck hard home with him, and he was very emotional about it. And it got me, and it gave me some perspective on how we were going to set up this coaching program. So through his 3 months of coaching, every week calls, 30 minutes, similar structure to how WellCoaches trained us. We set goals, discuss topics, brainstorm, and then reset goals every week. So each week he had different strategies. This is a guy who lives in Wisconsin and has to travel to Fort Lauderdale sometimes every other week. And he'd literally be home in Wisconsin for 2 days and then have to go to a Fort Lauderdale office and create behavior change all at the same time. So start out gradually, small steps, big picture. as we talk about in coaching, and broke it down. He established places to work out in Fort Lauderdale and at home. He actually bought a bike for down there separately and at home. He found a cardio boxing gym specifically in Fort Lauderdale that he could go to 2 or 3 times a week. Along those lines, he had to figure out the nutrition piece, so he found Seasons 52 and all these healthy restaurant chains that he knew the calorie counts, and then he also used strategies that he had learned during our healthy lifestyle program, but set really specific on intentions each week. So I described a lot of things and a lot of strategies and changes that he executed, but this happened over a gradual period. And what's wild is that he's been more successful at home than he was in our controlled environment. And this is a guy who continues to inspire people to date. He's now overseeing on his own wellness program for his company, to where they've seen the changes he's made and he's impacting people around him. Whenever I have a guest who could benefit from his perspective, I send Lyle an email, and this guy's ready to help them create a change. Not only is he confident, but he is that dad who can run 5Ks, run 10Ks with his kids. He's the guy who can go out and play tennis. He's their superhero now, and for the first time last February, he was able to ride roller coasters with his children in Florida. So I think the coolest part about coaching is the change that you have the opportunity to co-create with your clients. And you can read more about Lyle's story in our Sharing Success page on h3daily.com. But incredible things can happen when you have the right tools. And WellCoaches has been a huge part of my professional development, and I completely am picking up what they're putting down when it comes to the principles of creating change. I want to thank you for your time today, and check out what our programs, and check out WellCoaches, and again, 10th anniversary. They're doing good things there. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.